Not even a single. Nothing. Oh, I like that. Whoa, no. Shit. I knocked it over. Oh. Super small one. It's a girl who likes to see. Ow, shit.
I splashed a little, so. Oh! Dude!
My sister. Surprised that I am not. Did we spell that?
Now I'm a cat. Meow.
Oh God. Clip that.
Oh. No. Like literally one of my favorites. Oh no.
Why did you do that?
I'm just mixing my shallots with a little bit of flour and seasoning, and then we're gonna fry them. Oh shit. Very hot bacon pot.
Clip it.
No! And then I dropped it.
Here, this place in September. I have private campus. Like how? We never have fun. And the oven wasn't hot enough, so they started to melt before they started to rise. Out of food is definitely a jam. I love food. I love everything. Camera, you can think from piece of that. Oh shit! All right, it looks like I'm live. Looks like I'm live on time. Aspie, are you proud of me? Hopefully. Okay, I'm on the other side of this. I'm hooking up my mic. Kind of forgot to attach it. Sorry. I know. I'm proud of me. I'm never on time. This is the on-timest I've ever been in all of Everness. So it's a little, feel like the doc set up the camera a little earlier and it does look to me like it's a little bit dark. So let me just, this guy, see if I can lighten, never mind. I don't want to lighten that up at all. It's fine. It's going to be fine. You're very, very proud. Thank you. You should be. All right, here I come. Here I come. Uh-oh, I'm making a mess. Shit. Here I come, dropping everything in the world. Okay, so Aspie, I think to myself, right? Of course I can wear blue. I tell Aspie, I can wear blue. Like, who doesn't have blue? You know who doesn't have blue? I have one blue shirt. I felt like everybody would have a blue shirt. Like, who doesn't have a blue shirt unless you're me and you don't have a blue shirt? Like, what kind of a person am I even? I realized today that I am the kind of person that wears black and gray almost exclusively. I wear more black and gray than any human ever. I went through my drawer of almost exclusively black and gray stuff. I don't know what I'm going to drink tonight. I think it's going to be red wine. Trying to like get the camera to do the thing. It what? Doesn't want to do the thing. Thank you. And it was free. Hi. I need you to do the thing. Hi. Are you seeing me? There it is. Okay. Now it's doing the thing. I'm blue like all the way. Like I went all the way to the shoots, by the way, with this. So, this came at a very good time. Aspie had me make something, and like through the luck of the draw, I happened to have pie crust, and I happened to have tart crust, like already made, which is a pretty incredible thing, honestly. So Aspie has been saving up for this meal redemption for a super duper long time, and so I'm proud of her because it's like a gajillion, thousand, million, 11 billion points. I don't think I've ever had that many channel points in anybody but one person's stream. And So, like, first of all, just shout out to Aspie and thank you for sticking with me. I know that there are bigger, cooler streamers in the world, but I appreciate you spending your time nerding out on food with me. If you've never been in here, I am Pantry Elf, and I really, really enjoy food a lot. I enjoy food a lot. Sometimes I grow food, and we make all kinds of food here on the stream in honor today of Aspie, who is a wonderful part of this community and has been looking forward to this particular redemption for a very long time. So today's menu includes 2 dishes, French Canadian treats, a butter tart, which looks very similar to like a buttermilk pie in Texas, but I don't know. It doesn't have buttermilk in it, so. And basically a French Canadian meat pie called a tortilla. Now, I'm just making this for me and Doc, so I'm going to make them in smaller. I'm going to make a smaller pie. I'm not going to make a whole pie shape because we still have a redonkulous amount of leftovers from Easter. I'm not saying I went overboard. I'm just saying it's possible that I went a little overboard. My other option on the table is to do like a vodka blueberry slushy. And I have to tell you, as much as I want to be healthy and have the wine, the vodka blueberry slushy, which goes with blue, by the way, is sounding pretty delicious. And ask me, since this is your stream, do I do the slushy or I do the wine? Slushy wine, slushy wine, slushy wine. It's doing fine. I don't know. I'm like really nerding out today. And because it is Autism Awareness Month, and I totally tripped over my words. And because it's Aspie Street wine slushy, I don't know about a wine. I could do like a sangria, but not. This is like not cheap enough wine for me to want to do that. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. She's like, don't make me pick. One or the other. If I have to, I'll pick. Anyway, see, I didn't know when I did the drink command either. We're gonna do wine. We're gonna do wine. We're gonna open this bottle of wine. It's nice because I don't drink wine as quickly as I drink slushies. Slushy, I will suck down in 4.2 seconds. And then I'll slush down Docs. I mean, you know, I can always switch it up too. It's not like I'm committing to a lifelong brigade. Now, one of the menus, one of the ingredients in the tortilla, which is like the meat pie, is sage. I could not find it. I could not find sage crushed, fresh, leaves, like nothing. I couldn't even find the kind you like burn. Hippie sage. Thirsty. So yeah. All right, we're gonna do wine. So the tortilla, I couldn't find sage, but I did get some thyme that was very sagey. There's a lot of different kinds of thyme, and I got one that was very sagey, so we're gonna use that as a replacement. Part of me wants to grind up the cooked duck and add that in too, but I think I'm getting too far from thinking, good God, Max, stop it. No, you do not, no, you don't know. Hey, don't, I'm gonna squirt you. Hey, I'm gonna squirt you. I can't really squirt him with this, and it's too close to the computer, but he doesn't know that. That little asshole scratched my wood floor today. He fucking knocked over this. I have like these slate cheese boards, and I had one on the counter clean from Easter, and he knocked it on the floor and scratched our floor today. Doc hasn't even seen it. He's gonna be mad. Anyway, that's my story. All right. So, as we also said, what about like a cookie cutter, like a puzzle piece out of the pie crust for the meat pie, you know, for autism, I'm struggling with words, I need alcohol, for autism awareness. So I found these, and I think this is like the best one. So I found these little puzzle pieces that very sort of fit together. Here we go. They do if you do it right. So anyway, I got these little puzzle pieces so that I can do cool puzzles. You know, when someone takes time to save up for meal redemption, you gotta like do the details. You know, I like wore the blue, and we got the puzzle pieces because this is like a big deal. Somebody takes a lot of time of their life that they're never getting back. Aspie has spent a lot of time of her life with me. She doesn't have to. She does not get paid for it, you know, and so it's just really lovely. Now, what I need is a wine opener. I know I saw one very not long ago. Not the one I saw, but nobody has to know. I'm having too much fun. I have not even started drinking yet. That's where we're at. I actually did like big girl work today. Thank you very much. Like a bunch of it. I did a bunch of it, and then I had told somebody I could do an event, and they were like, hey, can you do like a cheese station for 40 people? I was like, yeah, totally. And then they were like, how about 70 people? I was like, yeah. Then I didn't hear from them. I was like, so I'm going to need to know about that. May is a crazy month. But the good news is in my head, I had memorized a date, just one number off. So I thought it was going to be May 9th, and it's May 19th, and that's so much better. May 19th is so much better. Plus, it's for a property manager. So, like, realtors like property managers because the people who live in high-end apartments go on to buy homes. And you know who sells them the homes? This girl right here. So, it's a good partnership. And anyway, I got her, and they're like, okay, we're booking 100 people. I'm like, that escalated quickly. But, you know, honestly, the more people, the better, up to about 150 because you make more money. And it's not really like, if you're going to do like a cheese board or something for 100 people, 200 people, is this not going anymore? No, it lost me. All right, let's try this again. No? How about here? Can you see me now? There it is. All right. I see Steve. He got one of these too, and I see Steve struggle with it sometimes. He's like, what about now? How about now? 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 And I'm like, all right, it's not just me. Okay. It's all short people. It's the shortest. It's the shortest camera. All right. I'm trying to get a red wine glass here. I like messed something up wherever my shoulder and my collarbone meet, and I don't know what I did. I didn't do anything. I went to bed fine. I woke up broken. I don't even know what I did. My wrist is messed up. I am falling apart. Oh. I'm too young to fall apart. I only feel 16 until I get out of bed. That's like snap, crackle, pop. Whoa. Doc's gonna be really excited because he loves the meat pies. And you know who else loves the meat pies? My grandmother, bless her heart and rest in peace. She loved meat pies. Now, she liked an Irish meat pie. They were called pasties. And she loved to sneak me off from school and go get a pasty every now and then. Pasty. I can't remember. She kind of like, it was somewhere between the long and the short A, and I'm definitely not Irish. So if I offended an Irish man or woman out there, please, or an Irish person out there, just, I did not mean to. They were delicious meat pies. That's what I remember. And when I made the pies in the mountain, all of the Kiwis, all the guys from New Zealand, they would always ask for, and always ask for meat pies, and the guys from Australia would always ask for these meat pies, and they were like slightly different, but it seems like every culture everywhere has some version of the meat pie, right? You got the empanada, right? Indians have the pakora, you know, they have like these, oh God. Okay, Indian food has some delicious fried food. Indian food is probably one of my favorite kinds of food. I also don't really know how to make it. I would like pay somebody to teach me about the spices. There are hundreds of spices, and it is just such a fragrant and flavorful and amazing, wonderful food. It is my favorite food, I am pretty sure. And then Thai, and then probably Mexican, and then chocolate. Is that, chocolate's a food group, right? Or steak and then chocolate. Yeah. All right, so I'm really lucky, and I have some actual pie crust. I'm not lucky because all my meat is still a little bit frozen, but it's thawing it's thawing really quickly. All right, that's good. It's good. I gave it a good head start, and then it wasn't going very quickly, so I helped it along with some significantly warmer water. I'm not going to lie, and that's fine. And I have this idea. Ask me, what do you think of this? So I can either grind the pork. It's not ground yet. There was no ground pork, of course. Of course, there was no ground pork. And so I am just going to use some pork that I have. I can either grind it or I can process it. So it's like a minced meat almost. And either of these things will work. What do you think? Putting the ball in Aspie's court. And then I got these really cool trays, these really cool planter boxes for my whole window. So now I have more space for more plants and also, because there's more, and also, I can keep all these herbs now. So I have my edible garden living in my kitchen, which is magic. Because you can't get fresher herbs than the ones that you cut right here at home. Yeah, we're gonna get a pretty good herb. So sage is a really, really strong herb, and not having it sucks, but this time is so sagey. I'm just gonna go a little heavy on it, and that's gonna it's gonna give me a similar taste. It's gonna give me a similar taste. So here's my garden fresh thyme right here. You've seen it. And then this meat, I looked at the recipe. I basically memorized it. And then this recipe also called for cloves, which I have. So it's gonna be like a very herbally meat pie. It's gonna be good. Cloves and sage, thyme, these are things that go really well together. They're really flavorful. So I heard something I've never heard before. This is plain, I'm putting it away. My sister-in-law, my brother, my nephews, they came over for Easter, and I made these quiches, and my sister-in-law was like asking her kids, hey, do you want Truth, how are you? Welcome on in. Welcome here to Aspie Day in Pantry Elf Stream. It's Aspie's Meal Redemption, so we're going big, and we are at home. We're going big and we're going home. We're doing all the things. How is your Thursday? What are you doing? What is your Thursday? I think I said Happy Monday earlier. I'm so used to streaming on Mondays, and I am trying to add in more days. Doc was like, you need to add in at least one more day. You're like falling apart with the streaming. And I was like, I know it's work, but I love cooking. I love food. I love nerding out on food with people who love nerding out on food, you know? So anyway, tell me about your Thursdays, and let's just kind of celebrate some fun. If you notice I'm wearing blue, I realize that it's unusual because I don't really own any colors in shirt form. All of my shirts are legitimately gray or black with like the occasion very grayish olive green or a super grayish heathered blue, but I wanted something blue for autism awareness. That is all month. And Aspie is somebody who, you know, really gives us a lot of understanding about that whole world. Every day is Aspie Day when you're preaching good vibes and tasty foods. True, then. That is an on point, that tracks. That's an on point statement, 100%. So we are making a tourtière, which is like the French Canadian meat pie. And I talked about this earlier. So many cultures everywhere have their version of the meat pie, from the pakora to the samosa to the empanada to the pasty or pasty. I'm not entirely sure what the correct pronunciation of that is. You know, even Chinese culture has different versions of like a meat pie or like a meat stuffed pastry, you know, and so there's just so many good things. Hey, Geek Boy, it is so good to see you. Welcome on in. And so this is the French Canadian version of the meat pie. And it's called a tourtière because we're going to be fancy. It's a tourtière. And it calls for sage. I couldn't find any sage. I couldn't find it not fresh. So I have this time is like an English time, and it's very sagey. So we're going to use that instead because we're troopers and we don't fall apart when we can't find ingredients even though we want to. I didn't have a lot of luck at the supermarket today. I didn't have any of the like three. I came for three things. They had none of those things. I'm gonna do my time first because this is my biggest time suck. And when I peel off my little tine branches. You know what I should do? I should change the camera view. Give me one hot second. Taking my wine with me. Hang on. We're going to go on a tour of my living room. Oh, there's going to be a light in the way. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to blind you. And now it's really dark, and then it's really light. Sorry, guys. And let's do this. There. No, let's do this. Yeah, better. So much better. All right, and then let's see if we could go back together. Hey, do you see me? Let's go back together. Nope. Okay. There we go. All right, that works. All right, so I noticed something food interesting. Well, interesting for me. I bought carrots for the first time in a decade. They're tasty. A bit to bite through the thick parts, but tasty orange bastards. Oh, nice. I love carrots. I eat so many of them. In fact, I'm just going to pull. So what I do is I kind of take off the bigger branches and I just pull backwards gently. And you can like de-leave these really easy. The smaller, tinier stems, they're not going to be too bad, but in general, you don't want to include the stems on most herbs. I don't love raw carrots. I like the baby carrots raw. I like to cook my carrots. When I was a little kid, I turned orange because carrots was the only thing I ate. So I'm just pulling it, and then like all of the little leaves come off, and it's much faster than going leaf by leaf, leaf by leaf, leaf by leaf. We don't want to go leaf by leaf. It would take forever. I am going kind of heavy on this because sage is a very, very potent herb, and I wasn't able to find it. This is very sage-like in taste, but I'm going to need to go a little heavy on it to get that super herbally taste that the sage would have given me. I didn't have any sage. I used to have powdered sage. I'm like, it all disappeared. Like the freaking evil Gnomes Against Cooking Coalition took them. I'm convinced that's the thing. Don't. Because I will not be able to find something when I need it. And then as soon as I don't need it, I turn around and it's like right in front of wherever I was looking. Like, did that happen to anybody else? Or is that just a me thing? I'll be like, I'm going to find this thing. I don't find the thing. As soon as I don't need the thing, it's like right in front of me, wherever I was looking. I'm like, really? That's how we're playing it today? Oh, okay. Okay, great. All right. I'm going to give this a little choppy chop, and I'm going to put it aside. I wanted to do this before I chop my onions on this board, because once I do that, it's going to be kind of wet, and it's going to be a pain in the ass. All right. I did my makeup at like 8 o'clock this morning or earlier, and so it might be really bad when I get close to the camera. Or look, and even make fun of me, but I can't do anything about it now. I wasn't that worried. You guys come here for the food, not for my face, I hope. Otherwise, I should really get on a skincare regimen. Mine is like fall asleep on the pillow and see what sticks for the morning. I'm like at least half kidding about that. Probably only half though. All right, so the butter tarts look amazing, and this is really exciting because I have tart that I haven't known what to do, and so now I have a plan. And I actually have individual tart shells, so I'm thinking that we can use the individual tart shells to make our little butter tarts, which makes me happy. Here we go. Doc is going to really like these butter tarts. They kind of remind me of something like in between a buttermilk pie and a Chinese egg tart. When I looked at the recipe, now I am going to follow that recipe because I have no fucking idea what I'm doing with those. It looks like it's just a custard tart, but I've been known to fuck up the occasional custard tart, so there's that. My plan here is to prep all the ingredients for the meat pie, except for the meat. See where that is on the thaw. Prep out the whole dessert and cook it, and then get started on the meat pie. Well, no, the meat pie is going to take way longer, so that's a bad idea. We're going to do the meat pie first. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's going to be great. All right, let's see here. I need an onion. I have lots of onions. I don't want to say I memorized the recipe. Ooh, one of those is bad. I'm throwing them all out. So, I don't want to say I memorized the recipe, but I would say that I am very clear on the ingredients. I may have read through it a couple times because I didn't want to mess up. And also I want to make sure I had all the things. I haven't done too many meal redemptions. I think it's because I only stream once a week. You have to like basically be here for every stream because there's a lot of points. I used to stream a lot more, so it was more reasonable, and maybe eventually we'll cut that down, or I just won't do it very often. Ashley was nice. She made it something that she knew was in my wheelhouse and I would have most ingredients for because she's a kind soul, kind and loving soul. So yeah, no, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited about this. I think it'll be good. The butter tart, and me and tarts have a speckled history, I'll tell you. Sometimes they work for me. Sometimes they're little bastards, but you know, it's fine. It's gonna be great. Everything's fine. I read through it a bunch of times. I didn't want to mess up today. I did scouse once. That was like a meat stew. That was really good. I've done a few. Can't remember. I've done some fun stuff on stream through the years. We've done just so many different dishes, so many different kinds of foods that I think I probably would. I can guarantee you a lot of the foods that I am very proficient in now, I really learned because of streaming. Like, because I was always trying to have new content, and I would have this idea, like, you know, it'd be fun to make so everybody can watch me try to fail, is like whatever this ridiculous thing would be. And it makes me kind of happy because streaming has actually really increased my arsenal of cooking dishes. You know, like there was a lot of stuff I could make before, a lot, but there's a lot of stuff I never did before I started streaming, and I think that then doing those things gave me new confidence, and so I started doing like other things, you know. I don't like to keep onions for my compost because I started a new thing with the compost. Actually, I started putting everything in the food processor before I put it in the compost. It breaks down way faster, and then I don't have to wait forever to get usable compost. No worries. So I've been doing that, and it's been pretty great. But I don't like to keep onions now because when I blend them back up, they smell just awful. I'm like, oh, no. All right. Oh. Doc was like, I'm so sorry I'm late. I forgot to tell you. I'm like, that's okay, baby. You get the OT. I'm a realtor. That means my money is hit and miss. You know, my husband's money is not really, but he makes the consistent money. So if he wants to go work overtime right after I just, you know, spent money on a snowboarding trip, then I'm all for it. Go husband, go. We don't really get mad about being late. I only worry if it's like I expected him home and then I'll look up and I'll be like, it's 6:30. I should probably make sure that my husband is alive, you know, but we're usually not mad. We're pretty laid back people. I will call him if I start to worry, like if it's been long enough that I'm like, just to make sure. Because you don't want to like not check in on somebody and have it be the one time you needed to, you know, fear. So, anyway. I like this wine. It's really good. Somebody brought it for Easter. There was a lot of wine at Easter. We did not drink it all. I'm just coming down here so I can tuck in my little tail for my mic because otherwise it pops out and then it gets stuck on the doorknobs and I trip over it and I die on stream, which is really fun. We've done it before. Ask me, what do you think? True Zen, anybody that wants to weigh in on this is fine, Geek Boy. I can either grind the pork. They didn't have ground pork. I can either grind the pork or I can mince the pork, like in the food processor. I don't know what's better. It says ground meat for both. Probably it's better. We'll just do the ground meat. We'll do the ground beef. Oh, Aspie says mince it. She's like, dude, mince it. All right, we'll mince it. I think that my pieces are in here. Mostly clean. I'm going to give it an extra rinse. And away from my meat. Yeah, minced meat, and then we also have ground beef. So I love making meat pies. It's just another wonderful thing I can do with ground beef. And we buy like a whole cow, and so when you buy a beef, what they call it on the one beef, when you buy one beef, you get whatever came with that cow. So it's not like, oh, I got a beef, I'm gonna get 90 pounds of filet mignon. Like, no, you're gonna get however many came on that particular cow. Sally, the old cow, had, it's not usually an old cow, but if Sally the cow had, a tenderloin that was this long, you're gonna get that long worth of tenderloin cuts, which is the filet. And if you get T-bones, you're gonna get less than that. Mincing it is better for this pie. See, I'm glad I waited for an answer. I would have made the wrong decision. That's why you're here for your own. She's like, of course I'm here. It's my meal redemption. I'm like, well, also a very good point. I'm going to grab a pie thing, and I'm making this a 2-person sized pie because it's me and Doc and just the two of us. We can eat it if we try. Okay, I shouldn't sing. That's a terrible song for me to sing. But really it is. It's just the two of us. You and I. So I'm going to make it in this really cool little pie dish because that is a 2-person pie. It's also kind of deep, which I like because we get a lot of meat per pie crust situation, which I think is important. I think like a good meat to crust ratio is like an important thing. So I'll set that over here. I'll set both of these over here. Doc, oh, you're just now leaving. I love you, bud. He got to work almost 12 hours ago. 11 hours ago. It was like 10 hours and 50 minutes ago. It's a long day, and he had to drive there, and he's driving back, and he's driving back at rush hour, which means he won't be home till 7, which means that he will have been gone for a total of 13 hours. Kudos, man. Good job. Good husband. Good husband. I love you. It was a big day. I bet it was a big day. There's going to be yummy dinner for you, so we have that going. All right, let's go ahead and set up our food processor, get our pork minced. And then we can go ahead and put it in. Then we'll go ahead and cook it down with the beef. We'll get that like nice and reduced. It does call for water, and it doesn't call for any kind of flour or anything. But we might end up adding like, I don't know. I feel like I'm supposed to add some flour or something to this. I'll feel it out while it's cooking, I guess, is my best plan. Best situation. I want it to be delicious. I love you, bud. I'm so excited to see you. You're the best husband. He is the best husband. I won husband lottery. Like, if finding a husband was the Olympics, I would have won the gold medal. But instead, if you're giving medal for merit, then he wins the gold medal. I give him a trophy every year for our anniversary. Huh. This plate is damaged. That's unfortunate. I wonder if I can order a new one. So my Cuisinart, by the way, is like 12 years old. Could just be time for a new one. A lot of my kitchen equipment is super old. What would Elf do? Right? I'm having a what would I do moment. I feel like I should make a t-shirt that says that, like WWED. What would Elf do? Here we go. There we go. All right. We're going to do this. It's gonna go great. This feels all the way thought out. So that's lovely. And I should cut it into smaller pieces if I want it to mince relatively evenly. You know, using like these leftover pieces of meat is pretty true to form for like what authentic meat pie is meant to do, which is to use up like the meat you have, the pieces you have, the bits of, scrap meat and stuff. And so, it's okay if what you have isn't exactly what it's called for. I didn't have ground pork, so I'm going to mince some pork. I could grind this pork. You don't need to use expensive cuts of meat. It's like meat pie is like a humble man's food that everybody loves. Like, it's everybody's comfort food. It's a poor man's food that even rich men love. That is, I think, the best way I could say it. When I used to live in Mammoth, I made all kinds of pies. I would make like these little hand pies. And hey, everybody stop it. Nobody's getting any of this. I saw that. I made all kinds of meat pies. I did curry ones, and I made a duck and orange brie, like orange marmalade and brie one, and pork chili verde pies. Like, there's so many ways to make a meat pie, and they're always kind of the same, like simple, humble ingredients, but they're always so heartwarming and good. It's been 3 years since I made the last pie at the fun shop in Mammoth, and they told me, like, people still come in and ask if they can buy one. They're like, hey, do you have the pies? And they're like, yeah. We stopped doing that when the person left and nobody else could do it. Like, I gave them recipes, but for some reason, it seemed like they couldn't make it happen after I left. Pets jockeying for position, waiting to pounce. Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, this is ridiculous. This is what's hard about Doc not being here. All right, I'm gonna mince this. This looks pretty good, actually. But I know there's big chunks. So I'm gonna use a spatula. Yeah, it seems like the right idea. Here we go. There, I'm just gonna spread this out a little better and make sure that there aren't like any big weird pieces that I'm not seeing, because that would be kind of weird. That would cook weird. All right, seems pretty good. Hi, Coach Pizza. What's up? How are you? It's so good to see you. Welcome on in. Thank you for being here on Aspie's Meal Redemption Fiesta. We are making a Canadian meat pie called a French Canadian meat pie called a tourtière, and we are also making butter tarts. So we're starting out with meat pie. I just minced, like processed, some pork, and then we're also gonna do the beef. I'm just gonna pat it dry here since I already have to wash that cutting board. What's cool about this beef is that it came from our cow that we buy. We buy like a whole cow. Oh, really? We're doing treats. We're doing treats. Let me wash my hands. Buddy's like, really? Somebody finally took pity on me? Somebody finally took pity on you. You sad, pathetical animal. He's like, feed me. Nobody's ever fed me before in my life, and it's so hard to be a dog. Let me tell you about this dog today, okay? Now, we know that we can't leave Buddy untethered. That's a fact. We have learned the hard way several times. But today, I left home for 2 seconds before I realized that I had forgot to put Buddy up. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. And in that 2 seconds, I have the water right here. I'm going to drink more water. In that 2 seconds, this freaking dog, okay? Like, I didn't even make it down the block. I backed out of the driveway, made it 10 to 12 feet, backed back up, went in to get this dog. And he had already gone through all of the muffins that were left over from Easter, which is a dozen or so. They were all over the floor. He had ripped open a bag of bagels, definitely eaten one. It's like 30 seconds. So when people say it's bad to pet your dog, or like, how could you do that? It's mean. Like, it's for his safety. He turns into a Hoover vacuum the second I leave. Like, he freaks out. Nobody's ever going to be here again. I'm going to starve to death, and I better eat everything and tear this house apart. Yeah, anxiety. And he doesn't tear apart the room we leave him in. Anything else? Anything outside of the room? Okay, the treat. He's like, hi, I heard treats. I came for treats. No treats were given. And I find this to be really upsetting. All right. And now, check this out. Both animals like these treats. They're freeze-dried liver treats. So I'm going to break off a little for Max. Max, here you get a little treat. And Buddy, sit. One paw. Oh, look at how cute. No. Okay. So cute. It's kind of cool to have a treat that they'll both eat. Like, Max never eats treats. And so it's kind of surprising, but he really, really likes them. I don't mind having extra paper towels out here because it's about to be kind of messy. Kind of schmessy. It's going to get kind of schmessy. What did I do with though? I'm putting things away a little faster than I need to, but that's okay. That's fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine. You're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. I'm going to go ahead and you want to get rid of as much of the moisture on the meat as you can. Otherwise, when you put it in a hot pan, all that moisture is going to hit the oil and it's going to pop, pop, pop everywhere and your face is going to get burned. Don't even think about. You made a good choice. You made a good choice because you thought about nipping the cat and then you didn't nip the cat. So you made a good choice. I'm not mad at you for making a good choice. He almost made a bad choice. He's made a couple. Hey, don't make bad choices. Chat, if you like meat and rich buttery crust, this is the pie for you. For sure. So I looked at the recipe for they said to use a box crust. We're going to use my crust because it's better. But we're going to brush it with like salt. Because I just think it'll be like a little butterier. I think my pie crust recipe is salt light. In my opinion, or I just lately have wanted saltier food and I'm not sure. I think it's a mixture of these two things together. I love when you mix pork and beef together. So I already like this. Like, I already know that I like this. I read the ingredients and I was like, oh yeah, shit, yeah, this is definitely something I am going to enjoy. Like, I am going to like this dish. I am excited about dinner, which is why I ate eggs today. I was a very healthy eater and half an avocado. Because that's healthy. All right, so let me grab. We're going to use a big. What is like right here between your collarbone and your shoulder? Because whatever mine is, I messed it up sleeping. I didn't even know. Like, that is a thing of age, right? Like, the sleep-related injury. When did that shit start? There are a couple things that nobody tells you about getting old. Nobody tells you about the sleep. Buddy is a land shark. He is like, as soon as something drops. I have been training him not to eat things immediately, but I don't trust him. Yeah, you heard me. He's fast too, like he will destroy this house. I left him out for 2 minutes. Like, it was not even 2 minutes. Not even 2 minutes. Mistakes, dude. Can't take him anywhere. Now, I'm going to turn my vent fan on a little bit. Also, notice that this is. I want to get rid of this microwave so bad. And put just like a real vent in. It's like all I really want is a real vent in this world. We'll see if I ever get it. God, it looks so bad. The microwave is just like, for how I cook, it's way too close to the the heat source. And so it's just like the plastic's weird, the metal's not real metal, and it's weird. I don't know. I feel like it's never all the way clean. Whatever. I give up. I promise. He's waiting for the meat to Dude, do you see Max over here? No, you can't see Max. Oh yeah, you can see Max. I can't now. I saw Max's butt for a hot second there. All right, we're going to throw a little oil in here. And we're going to brown our meat. Ooh, actually, no, we're not. Because we have bacon fat. Oh, we have bacon fat or we have duck fat. We're going to use duck fat. Also, I remember, I saw that it called for water. But because I'm extra as shit and I also happen to have it, we're going to be using duck stock because it's about 5,000 times more delicious. And to have duck fat, and we're going to use that too. Why, you ask? Because we have it. I did 3 ducks for Easter. Faded epitaph, how are you? Duck fat, I know, right? So anytime I make duck, I use the whole animal. And that's why I think duck is a good deal. For 25 bucks, I can get a duck. The price has gone up. It used to be 20. Okay, but for 25 bucks, I can get a duck. I'll get 3 meals out of that duck. I'll make pho or something out of the carcass because I'll make stock. I get the duck wings. That's like a little appetizer. Plus, I get the duck breast. That's a meal. And I get the duck thigh. I usually make confit or like duck carnitas or something like that. And so that's like...
I am the Mac Daddy of Heimlich County. I play it straight up, yo.
I feel like every time you stream, this pops up. I'm so happy to see you. Hey, get away. You see what I have to deal with here? Anyway, I always keep the fat that I render from the duck because it's like the best fat. And we're going to use that duck fat to brown our meat today. Yay! I'm going to start with the pork. Yeah, I'm going to start with pork. Just because there's less of it, so it's going to brown a little better. And then I'm going to put that red meat in a little at a time. But facts, it's not all going to be like super brown. All right, there we go. I got the pork in. We're going to let that brown. And then I'm going to put the beef in. What are we having? So this is Aspie's Meal Redemption. And she has requested a tourtière, which is like the French-Canadian version of meat pie. Every good culture has a meat pie, and this is theirs. So we're going to make it today. I'm looking for the fucking spatula that I like. I'm not finding it, and it's really upsetting to me. I don't know why I can't find it, because it was clean. I remember it being clean. I remember having it and thinking, this isn't where it goes. And then I thought I put it where it goes, and I didn't, because it goes here, and it's not here. Whatever. I need something to, like, scrape. This will be fine. Not what I want, but it'll be fine. I just want to whine a little more. Aspie is so fancy. Also, like, meat pies are just a comfort food for, like I said, so many different cultures. You know, Australia has a meat pie that they're all very fond of. New Zealand has meat pies. Ireland has pasties. My grandma used to love to go get them. What else? Empanadas, samosas, pakoras. There are meat pies all over the world. We are great. Doc is just getting out of work, so he is on his way home. He's driving right now, and then I get to see him soon. He got to work at was it like 7 a.m. or something? So he's on a long haul today. He's a trooper. My husband is a trooper because my husband is a winner. Every day he wins, no matter what. That's my husband. All right. Trying to get as much browning as I can on this meat. I don't want to add any salt until I don't think I can brown it anymore, because salt draws out the water, and I'm not going to get any browning once that happens. Now, what I can do is add empanadas. I paid empanadas. Like, did somebody say empanadas? Yes. Meat, ham pies, yes. Oh, God, dipping empanadas. I know, right? I like all meat-based dishes. I like pie crust-based dishes. This is a meat and pie crust dish. I mean, really, how can you go wrong? So I'm seasoning. I'm adding in my herbs. So I added in my thyme, which is supposed to be sage, but I don't have any sage, and neither did the grocery store. There we go. It's not... I need like a bigger pan. And I'm going to let this cook down for a while. once I add all the things in. Damn, that is like tiny day. She gets up at 4 a.m. when she works, doesn't usually until 7 or so. Yep. Well, not quite like that. When I used to work in Arlington, I would do that because I would go to the gym first because I hate traffic. But, you know, Doc works really hard, and he is helping me one day realize my dream of being a part-time worker for funsies and a dog mom, mostly stay at home. Like, I will clean for him, I will cook for him, I will do all the things, you know. And I love to work, and I've worked for a long time. I think I'm old. I think I'm just at the time where in my life where I'm just tired of working because I'm tired of people for the max. Little turd. Y'all see him? Y'all see that little turd bucket? Both of you work extremely hard. Well, thank you. I used to work really hard, like obscenely, like world record breaking hard, too much. Gotta be careful with cloves. I'll tell you a story of how my brother scarred my whole family. That is deep love. Yeah. My husband loves me. He's like, my husband's the best. Let me tell you a story about cloves, though, since I just put them in. This is one of my favorite stories regarding my brother. My brother loves pumpkin pie, or used to. Now I don't think. He ruined it for all of us, okay? So my brother decided one year he was going to make the pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. Now, my family, they're not, like, super cooks. I'm going to add in these onions now. I love that I use duck fat in this. I'm really feeling this dish right now. I want to add a little black pepper. Ah, yeah. That little bit of clove, I see why they have you at it. I see. It's got like a little sweetness to it. Cloves and pork, like, yes. Or as millennials say, yes. My tears dropping from the cold. Get down, Max. Yeah, I know. Now, Max is a little turd. He is my personal turd bucket, my bucket of turd. He's a turd day on Thursday. Turd day. It's his day. According to him. According to Max, every day is his day, though, so I don't know if we should trust him because he's a sneaky little guy. All right, we're going to get out a little bit of salt here. Pretty good amount of salt because I didn't add any salt. There we go. And so ask me, I promise you, I read the recipe on this. I just read it like 14 times and I was like, all right. I feel like I got it. I'm going to let any liquid that's in the bottom of this pan evaporate out. And when I add a little more duck stock, I am going to add a tiny bit of flour. And then a little more duck stock, a tiny, like a tablespoon of flour. And then I'm going to add more duck stock. And I'm going to let that cook down nice and slow. And then we're going to go ahead and roll out our pie. And you know what else I should do is turn on my damn oven. Because y'all know your girl loves to forget to do that. And my oven takes a while to heat up. So let's get that started. Hey, Angela, how are you? Welcome on in. I see that this is your first time in here. Tell us about yourself. Thank you for being here. And happy Thursday. We are celebrating one of the longest standing, most involved mods and just friends of this channel today. It is Aspie the Aspinator. It's her meal redemption day, and we're getting down with some French Canadian goodies. Canadian butter tarts and tortillas. So it's going to be amazing, and I'm really excited. Now that you know what we're doing, Angela, tell us about you. Let's see here. Angela, do you have a favorite kind of pie? Meat or sweet? You can pick. Do you have a favorite pie? Tell us all this thing about you so that we can learn more. Yeah, favorite epitaph. You know what? Yeah, everybody, favorite pie. I want to know, what is your favorite pie? For me, definitely a quiche. I was very surprised on Easter that my wild mushroom quiche with leeks was more popular than my pancetta quiche with grasshopper pie. I live on Kauai. I love pumpkin pie. Amazing. Oh, you live in Kauai? You know, my mom lived in Kauai many, many years ago with my grandmother, and my grandmother taught hula dancing, which I cannot do. Faded epitaphs is black cherry pie. Okay, we're getting good pies. We got the pumpkin pie, the cherry pie, both pies that are in my annual Tripumplication, by the way. I don't know if I'll do it next year. We'll see. We have family, like, really, I wouldn't say pressuring. I would say enthusiastically explaining their enthusiasm about having us come visit for the holidays next year. So, you're a Cali transplant? Oh, that's amazing. I have some Cali transplants in Hawaii, but I think mostly on Maui. Fave pie, I'll go with quiche. Dessert pies just seem like sugar fest now. Yeah. A savory pie will always be a tortilla. Wow, I totally misspelled that. No wonder it. Okay, whatever. A savory pie will always be a tortilla. To you. I like savory pies in general. Of all the pies I ever made, because I've made all the pies, I did a curry pie that I thought was fucking delicious. I love curry. And I would say in general, a meat pie is going to be my pie. I did a Thanksgiving pie that was like a turkey in gravy, like a slow cooked turkey pot roast and gravy, and the pie had mashed potatoes and green beans in it, and that might have been one of my favorites. Truzen says also a pizza pie, which is also pie. These are facts. All right, so my meat, I'm going to check this recipe, even though I just told you how I memorized it, because I want to make sure. I feel like I'm missing some vegetables here. Hang on, I have it right here. Don't you all worry about me. All right, here we go. One more swipe through. There it is. All right. There it is. Sage. Oh, no, that's it. I was thinking there might be carrots. There's no carrots. Angela says homemade chicken pot pie. Oh, yeah. My dream. Lost in the April rain. Desperate for a pie. Breaking me down. I like all pie. I like savory pie a lot more than sweet pie. In general, I like savory things more than sweet things. So it's not really a shock. All right, so we're going to add a lump of duck fat because duck fat is amazing. And we're going to add, I don't know, not a lot. Like, I would say a tablespoon. I would say 2 tablespoons because I'm going to add one more of those. I would say probably that's like, yeah, 2 tablespoons of flour I'm adding to this to make it more thick and soft. And I'm going to mix all this together, and then I'm going to add in more duck stock, and I'm going to let that cook down. And then while that happens, we're going to roll out our pie crust. And Angela says team savory. I'm team savory for sure. For sure. And there's really like, I feel like we need to have a pie contest at my church, but I already like planned all the things for the year, so I don't know. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add in my duck stock. If I need more than this, I have it. I yielded quite a bit of duck stock after this year's Easter. So here we go. And I'm going to mix this all together. I'm going to add a little extra water and just let it cook down. You're not going to get like too delicious and cooked on this. Screw it. We're just going to add more duck stock and let the duck stock cook down because duck stock is delicious. It's moment of reflection, savory or sweet. I also like savory things. Like things that are savory with a sweet note. I did a pie that was like a duck confit, and it had like so it was like a salty, rich duck, and then it had brie cheese, which is also like really unctuous, and then it had a marmalade in it, which just cut through all of that. It was so damn good. So I like savory things a lot, like sweet savory. Savory. That is a word. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate that. We came from very, very humble beginnings on this stream, and so this kitchen is quite the upgrade. I'm going to do a little tasty taste. Mm. Oh, wow. Mm. Yum. All right, we're going to add, it's really good. I want to add a little more clove. I think I lost, I think I was like a little conservative. I also want to add a little more time. I feel like it could definitely take more. So we're going to give it more. If it can take it, we're going to give it as much as it can. That sounded very naughty. Now that I replay that method, I apologize. That may not have been family appropriate. All right, let me just grab a couple more. Need a couple more times here. All right, there we go. The nice thing about having the plant is I can just go get it. It's really good on tacos. If I had extra, that would be great. I can guarantee you there won't be extra. Because I will be, whatever doesn't go in that pie that I need, I can guarantee you I will probably make short work of. It's very delicious. I want to add more of this, so I feel like it's supposed to be more herby. I also want to add in a little bit of garlic. Because why not? Because garlic is delicious. So, there we go. A little bit more time in there just to really get that, ramp up that herbalness. I want to do some black pepper because it's black pepper and it's delicious, obviously. My heart just dropped. Okay, so now that you said that, I should tell you this. When I went on my snowboarding trip, I made my husband a homemade taco casserole. So I made giant like sheets of tortilla, and then I layered meat, taco meat, and cheese and salsa in between them and stacked it up and topped it with more cheese. Just putting it out there so you know that those are the things that I think of too. You know. Just saying, we could probably be friends here, you know. All right, I'm gonna do a retaste. Gotta do a retaste. Yeah, it just need a little more clove. Like those are the flavors, but you don't want to cheap out on the flavors, you know. Cloves, it's better to build up on cloves than to start heavy and then regret it. Life lessons learned by my brother and passed down through the family. I should probably just sample a little bit more to make sure it's safe and stuff for people. Yeah, these are safety measures. This is like really yummy. I like the duck. You can't really like taste the duck. It's just more flavor. On the subject of more, we need more wine. All right. We are going to roll out some pie crust. Yay! I have the pie crust, so it's even better because I didn't have to make it from scratch, which makes me happy. I'm also doing a okay job of keeping up on dishes. Not great, but okay. If I can continue to do an okay job, I'll be very happy. I think taco, is there any pie that isn't delicious, really? Pie is good. Pie is good. I have friends who are really strict dieters. They're like, I never eat this. There's nothing I never eat. I used to be that way. I used to be like, I never eat this. I never eat this. I try to avoid certain foods, but damn it, I love life and I love food. And sometimes I just want to live life and enjoy food. Now, there are foods I cannot eat. I cannot eat anything with corn. I will get violently sick. It is not worth it because I want to enjoy my life and I won't. But outside of those couple things, I will tell you, I have a way more laid back diet in my 40s than I did in my 20s and 30s. Because I'm old, I'm married, I don't care, and food is delicious and life is short. However, steak, steamed rice, cucumber, tomato fetid. I was gonna get a mini tortilla, but they were sold out. Ugh, you should be here. You should be here with us, eating this tortilla. I'm eating Doritos and salsa. Shut up, Totus. You are not a fat boy. Let me tell you, Totus has lost like over 100 pounds. He is like an amazing person who has like, you know, and some people say they cheated. They'll be like, oh, I did it on a diet. I did it surgically. Who gives a shit? Losing weight is losing weight and it's all hard. Surgery is hard. Dieting is hard. All the things are hard. There's no easy way to do it. Like, there is no cheating with losing weight because all of the options suck. You're like, well, I stopped eating the foods I like, or I go through something really painful, or I go through something painful and have to eat very little of whatever I want, but like a tablespoon. Like, when you look at those options, like, there is no easy weight loss. I have a friend right now, and she has been to like every doctor, and she's like, she's going to get the surgery, and she's like, I don't want people to feel like I'm cheating. I was like, how is it cheating? How is surgery cheating? How is the diet cheating? How is whatever drastic thing people do? Like, dude, how is that shit cheating? It is all hard as shit. I've had to lose weight. It sucks. Okay. I am a fat girl inside. Inside of this chubby girl is a fatter girl trying to get out. You know, body by food, not body by Jenny Craig kind of style. That's all I'm saying. So I get it. But it's all hard. People are like, oh, I took the easy way out. I'm like, what is the easy way out? Because I haven't found one. There is no easy way. So kudos to Totus, because he's done hard work. And he's made hard choices. And he's done hard things. For a healthier, you know, today, which was the tomorrow. But now he's on today, because he already did the thing. I think I also want to add some chives to this. I have some freeze-dried chives. They sound really good. That sounds like a nice ad. Oh, actually, wait. I have this Bohemian Forest spice mix, and it has like sage and thyme. It also has a little bit of mustard seed. We're gonna add a little of this magic spice because all of the flavors are gonna meld with what's in here. And while it might be a little off traditional peach, hopefully Aspie will forgive me because I know that it's one of my favorite spice blends, and I feel like it was just meant for this. I feel like it was just meant for this. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do a little tasty taste because you always gotta do a little tasty taste. You know what I mean? So we're gonna do a little tasty taste. We turn this down from high. Go. All right. A little bit of the sauce and the meat. All right. Do I have to use this for the pie? Like, could we have something else and I just eat all this to myself? I don't really feel like other people are going to appreciate this pie. I should probably just eat it to save the rest of everybody. This is insane, dude. I don't even want to share this with the pie or with my husband. It says I'm supposed to let it cool, which means I have to put it out on a tray, let it not melt my mouth, and then not eat it while it's at a totally edible temperature, which sounds ridiculous and very hard. Suzanne, you're so healthy, which is a good thing. Like, kudos. I ate 4 eggs today with some cheese and half an avocado and 2 coffees. You know what's funny? Doc's not gonna get shit. He's gonna get shit. Literally, he's gonna get the shit that's left over. I'm kidding. I am kind of picking. I am kind of chipping away at this, though. It's a little scary. I notice that I don't eat as much as I think I do when I can eat a lot, guys. I can put down food. But I try not to because I'm little. I'm only 4'11" and a half, and it just only goes out. It doesn't go up. I wish I could eat more to make myself grow upward, but I only grow outward, and side to side, front to back, and side to side. Front, back, side to side. Front, back, side to side. I eat too much. I get real wide. It's a fact. That was fun. Come on, admit it. That was hilarious. He's kind of kidding. You're kind of kidding. Trust me. I'd be only kind of kidding too. It's not my fault that this is delicious. It's Aspie's fault. You should blame her. You should blame me a little. We can end stream now. I'm just gonna eat this, and I'll come back later. You know. I don't always like cloves and stuff, but there's just like a little touch of magic going on here that really makes me not want to share this with the dish. Real facts. All right, we're gonna lay it out because I am gonna share it with this dish because I'm a good person. Nope, I need a bigger dish. All right, see me share. See, here's the thing. Oh shit, that's hot. Just kidding. All right. See, I'm a sharer. It says to get this cold before you put it in the pie crust, so, you know, I'll get it less hot. There's a little left over, and that would be a waste of delicious, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just helping. I'm a helper. Oh my god, there's crunchies. Oh, I love crunchies. All right. I'm done, I swear. I have one more bite from over here. I have to spread it around, okay? And that's hard work, and I deserve a bite for that also. Look at all that steam that's coming up. Wow, hurtful. Look at that. Oh, God, so fucking good. And it's so simple, you know? This is my last bite. I swear to God, I'm going to put this away. Oh, my God. I mean, what are you betting? I can stop it, too. See? There's just two. Just two more bites. It's just one more bite. This is the last bite. I swear to God. Trying to figure out where I'm putting this. It's safe from, you know, demons. I mean, animals. I meant both. There. I know I haven't put the crust on yet. It's really yummy. Be nice. I have to go, hang on though, because this oven and the fact that I'm like 40 with hot flashes is making it 9 billion degrees. So give me 1 minute. I'm going to crank my AC so that I don't die of a heat stroke. Oh Lord, it's 72 degrees in here. I almost died. 72 degrees is about 50 too many degrees. All right. We're coming this way, dude. No. Over here. Hey, yo, do you see me? Oh, let's do the thing. There it is. Okay. Now it sees me. I get one more bite before Totus wins the bet. Just FYI. That shit is heaven. Like, that is ridiculously good. Being PC. Let's roll out some crust. Let's get this baddie in the oven. Like, butter on top, just being delicious and wonderful. And then when Doc gets home, there'll basically almost be food ready. And he'll be so proud of me. He'll be like, you're the best wife in the world. I'm like, I know. All because of Aspie. All right. A little bit of, special pie crust. Now, this recipe said to use the box pie crust, but I would never. here's some funny story. I was a little tipsy when I started making the pie crust this year, right? And I made it so many times, I just started making it, and then I started overthinking it. You ever get like a little tipsy where you start overthinking all your moves? Like, wait, is that real dough? Or like, did I have one glass too many of wine? And I started overthinking the recipe, and I had to go back and check to see if I had the right one in my head. I did, by the way, because I've made it so many times I can make it in my sleep, but I doubted myself. That was a new experience for me. I didn't enjoy it. No. I don't even know why I told you that story. I guess you should know that I've made pie crust a lot, and I almost forgot how the other day. I didn't forget how. The mimosa forgot how. I was just along for the ride. Is all. All right, so I'm going to stick this together. And I'm just going to kind of like... Well, that didn't go the way I wanted at all. Here, I'm sticking my pie crust together. I'm going to roll it all out. It's going to be great. I mean, it's going to be really ugly right now, and then it's going to be great. You just wait. Just watch. You're going to be like, oh, shit, I thought there was no way that was going to come together. And then you're like, oh, it came together. Oh, look at that. I'm like, yeah, I know. I had no doubts. There's been so many times in my life when people are like, oh, I know you had no doubts. And I'm like, yeah, I never had a single doubt. I had all the doubts. There's been a lot of times in my life where I really didn't believe I pulled things off until after they were done. Where you're like, did I actually do that? Did that work? How did that happen? All right, here we go. If I was taller, this would be easier. I'm thinking of my theme song. I don't know if y'all know Skilo. I wish it was a little bit taller. I wish it was a baller. Wish I had a girl look good. I would call her. I wish I had a rabbit and a hat and bat, 6 foot ball. Yeah. I wish it was like 6'9" so I could get with Yoshi because she don't know me. But Yoshi's really fun. Hey, I see her all the time. Every time I try to find a way to change her mind. Anyway, this guy talks all about being short, and I love it. It's my theme song. Yo, I wish I was a little bit taller. I'm like, I've always wished I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I was like, well, I don't give a shit about being a baller, but I really wish I was a little bit taller. You know, because I'm not really heavy. I just am short for my weight. You know, which is what I'm always trying to explain to doctors. I'm like, I'm not really overweight. I'm just underheighted. That's the thing. That's my waistline. If you like took me and stretched me out, I would be a very thin 5'8" person. Just saying. I love being short. Doc's short, and he does not never really like looked at tall girls. So if I was taller, I wouldn't have the same husband. And my husband is thebomb.com. Okay, thebomb.com. All right, I'm rolling nice and long so that I can get all of the crust that I need out of this. Also, try to make it big and hard and long. I'm just kidding. Oh my God. Sorry. Wrong stream. That's for OnlyFans. I'm kidding. I'm not on OnlyFans. I can't be on OnlyFans. I swear to God, people pay me more money to put it back on. Like, I'll give you $500 to put it back on. I'm like, So you should learn a lesson being here, sir. Now I've scarred you forever. All right. I think this is pretty good. My quiche crusts were like a little too thick on the bottom, so I'm trying to make sure I don't repeat that mistake. They weren't bad or anything. Just, it was a lot of pie crust, which some people love. I'm like, pie crust is my favorite part of the pie. You know, the filling is. So I'm just All right, this is pretty thick over here, pretty thin over here. I am going to even that out. Go over here. There we go. This is pretty good. I feel good enough about this. All right, where is my pie crust? Now this is a very, very thick pie crust. So we'll go like here. This one I want to be big. Big circle. There we go. This is my leftover bits. My big circle. Hold this up. And I'm going to lay my big circle down in here. I'm going to try and get it kind of even so that it's even. so that some is over the edge on all sides. That's going to make it easy to pinch together so that everything stays in. You're going to want to make sure that there's no air inside this, in between the pie crust and the pie holder. So I'm just kind of making sure that I've let any air out, and I've made sure that it's like really nice and suctioned to the bottom. You can poke like a couple fork holes in the bottom if you want. Which is just gonna kind of help the pie crust not rise. You don't want to go like a bunch, but I usually do a couple like light holes, maybe not even all the way through the pie crust, just to help the top not bubble. So that's like a couple. There you go. Looks like a Pop-Tart. Not really, but kind of. All right, and I'm going to push this into all the little bits on here so I know where they are. And let's go ahead and spoon in some of our meat, which is a little hotter than we want, but that's okay. It's okay. Why is... Get a big spoon, and I'm going to go ahead and fill this pie up all the way, and then if there's extra, and it doesn't look like there's going to be as much extra as I would have wanted there to be, but it's okay. It's all fine. Everything's fine. There we go. There is a little extra. There's a little extra for your girl here. Here we go. Here we go. Kind of like mounding it up nice. See? Nice mound. And what do you know? There's a little leftover meat, so I should probably try some. I'm only doing that, you know, for the integrity, to make sure that it upheld its flavorfulness. Like, really is a favor, you know, to whoever's eating it. I'm going to make this a little more circular. I probably don't need that much there. And this is Aspie's. So what we're going to do here is we're going to cut out a puzzle piece. Okay. Then we're going to put our puzzle piece on the meat pie, which it could... It could leak out a little, but it's okay, because what we're going to do is partially replace it. Wait, I got to do it after. Hang on. Right. I'm pushing all of the pie crust together. And fortunately, it's going to vent because there's a hole here. There's space. And I just want to make sure that I've pinched everything together so that the top doesn't separate from the bottom. And I'm using the actual pie ceramic, it's not a tin, for this project. Here we go. All right, I'm going to cut this off. There we go. And then I'm going to put the puzzle piece back on so that we get to see it. Right now, I'm just trying to make the pie crust pretty. So we're going to go through a brief beautification process with this. And then we're going to go ahead and put on our final decorations by way of our puzzle piece, which, by the way, is for Autism Awareness, which is this month. Here we go. I need pie dishes like those. I love these pie dishes because they are small. And a lot of times when I cook, it's just Doc and I. Like, we don't need, like, a huge pie between us. Because, honestly, it doesn't get eaten. Now, this pie is deceptively big, even though it looks small, because there is about 1.5 pounds of meat in here. Or 2 pounds, I think. There's more than enough meat for 2 people. probably enough meat for 3 or 4 people, but it's for Doc and I, and we are 2 people, and we're okay with. We'll take one for the team. You know, we're willing to take one for the team on this one, and just have to have it by ourselves. Here we go. So I'm using a fork to mush this together, and that's just to make sure that the seams of this pie are actually closed. Because obviously I want to make sure that it cooks together and these don't separate. And they're going to look really nice when it's all cooked. Looks kind of weird now. I get that, but you just wait. You just wait. And where is my pie crust piece? Oh, shit. It's okay. I'm going to make a new one. Look at that. I'm just going to kind of set that on top. It'll stay. And I think I'm going to do a couple more. I think we should do like a couple more puzzle pieces here. Let's see. I want to do like more than one kind here. More than one piece of the puzzle. Because we're all more than one piece of the puzzle. There. Oh, this looks so cute. I love this. Okay. I have some butter. I'm going to go ahead and get it warm in the microwave. Oh shit, my piece fell out. That's pretty normal. It looks perfect. Well, thank you. You know what else looks perfect is its meat filling. It's just sitting here. It needs help. It's lonely. It's lonely pie mix, and it was asking me to help it find a home. I was just trying to do the right thing. I was just trying to do the right thing here. So I have this nice butter. We're going to go ahead and use this butter for our pie crust so it's nice and buttered because we love butter. I especially love butter a lot, which you should all know if you've ever been here ever before. Send the filling my way. No. You come my way and you can have some filling. You know where I live. See what I did there? I put it right back on you. He knows where I live, ladies and gentlemen. He acts like he doesn't know how to come get this. He knows how to come get this. He knows. I made the poutine potato skins again, by the way, and they're like the new favorite. Like, everybody loves them. I made these duck poutine potato skins when Tonis and his wife came over, and they are like the new everybody favorite, family favorite, friend favorite. They're the best thing I've ever made. All right. Like 2 more bites. This is so yummy. You do this filling as like a bowl. And some quinoa. With just that. Oh my God. They're so good. They're like one of the best things I've ever made. I'll make them again if you guys come over. Because they're not hard to make. I have quite a bit of duck left over. All right, we're going to put this in the oven. I have one more bite of the filling because the filling is ridiculous. It's not my fault. It's so good. 2 bites. I thought I'd have to add something to this, but it... It needs nothing. Dark Storm! How are you? I'm falling in love with food all over again. I don't even know how it's possible. Like, I always think I know how much I love food, and then I try something and I'm like, I love food so much. Dude, I feel like I'm stupid busy until after our whiteout party, really until May ends, but I'll find time for friends, man. Not this coming weekend. This coming weekend is brutal. Like is always actually pretty good with us, you know? I feel like life always has speed bumps. You're just not going to get out of that, but it's not bad. Life is good. Life is always good for Doc and I. Every day I'm alive is damn blessed. I mean, and that's just a fact. Even though not every day is a perfect day, you know what atmosphere says? Every day can't be the best day. Not every day can be the best day. But the bad days make the good days way better. Also, this meat filling makes everything better. It's so good. I shouldn't be just eating all the filling, but here I am. Eating all the filling. I don't feel guilty because it's good. All right, this is always really fun. Little project that we have. It doesn't really fit. Like, they give you a size, you put in the size. The vent doesn't fit. It's stupid vent. All right. Aspie. That is insane. Why would you have me make that? You know I'm going to eat it all. I mean, I'm going to eat all the filling and then Doc can have all the pie. That's fair. It's really good, guys. Now, if you want to make it maybe like one shade better, you could. I'm just putting it out there. Grind some bacon up with your ground meat. Then you have a little bit of a bacony undertone, and that could be really good. Y'all. Food too good. Food too good. All right. We're going to set up for round number 2. I'm making butter tarts. I have tart dough. The ones in the picture she sent. They was definitely made in like cupcake dishes, but I have tart dishes. I'm gonna eat the last. I mean, it's one bite. I don't want the last bite to be lonely. Would I ever do to anybody that it should be left high and dry, alone in this world? I'm gonna put these in the dishwasher. And guess what else, guys? Doc is home. 1 minute too late to try any of the filling because I ate it all. There's like, actually, you could probably scrape one taste. Are you okay? How was your day? Oh, yeah? Nice. One of my friends got an interview today.
Yeah?
Could be the event planner for the PGA.
Whoa. That's a professional golf association.
Yeah. You know that golfers buy a lot of houses, right? So I'm really happy because guess what friend that is? She's my ride or die. Not correct. Doc is home. Aston's like, oh, finally. Stream gets better when Doc comes around, guys. She's been waiting this whole time to do that. All right. So we went live on time today, guys. You're like, my wife is...
Go, it's 5 o'clock. And they were like, we got a master class. And I'm like, oh, man, y'all need me. And they were like, yeah. I was like, well, let me see what my wife is doing. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, log on to it. She's streaming. She'll be good.
I like realized I was supposed to text you and be like, hey, are you not getting off soon? And then I forgot.
What's up, Aspie? Happy Meal Redemption. Huh, dude. Well deserved.
Look, there's a meat pie in the oven. Oh, wait. Look.
That is a pie of meat.
It's a pie of meat. And the meat...
It's called a torterie.
Tortilla.
Oh, sure.
A torterie.
Torterie.
Do you want to try this?
I really am not hungry.
Try this. Just try it.
I'm just not gonna
Just try it. It's like the tiniest bit.
Oh,
Oh my god, you're so whiny. It's so good. You can taste it cold.
yeah, it's good. It's not in the mood to eat it, so it's not that great for me right now.
That's fair. I'm like, you have to.
Like I just said.
Tiny just got home and said, "Hi, Doc and Elf." Hey, Tiny. How are you? Tiny's unite.
Why not? But we're gonna have to find out what's going on.
Okay, because originally I had hoped that we could go out for dinner with my mom while she's still in town, but
You never mentioned any of that
I did not.
the whole week.
No, well, she told me she was staying. She just decided she was staying extra, so it's cool. If you're gonna go and I can't, I will go out with her.
I'm going off for the third week in a row. Actually, yeah. Well, so we'll talk about that afterwards.
Okay. I didn't say anything. All right. Wow, Doc, it tastes better when it's warmed up with crust. He does better when I don't force it in his face when he says he doesn't want it also. So, all right, we are going to get ready for butter tarts. I have to pull up a recipe. Just baking. Oh Lord. All right.
Oh, the music.
Yeah, why not? I had music when I stopped it for the video and I don't think I started again. Can you start the music for us? Doc is gonna help us out. He came home and I'm like, all right, I forgot to do things. All right, we are looking for all right. We are looking for our butter tart recipe. Of course, like I start streaming, everyone's like, "Hey, can we make changes to everything?" I'm like, oh, "Sure." I'm gonna call you later. All right. I'm scrolling by the way through all Ask Me Mine's texts because that's where I have the recipe. Oh wait, no, I took pictures of it because I knew I was gonna have to do this on stream. I did a smart thing. All right, pastry dough. I did that. Okay. So this tart sounds delicious. Brown sugar, sea salt, butter, vanilla, egg. So, here's what we're gonna do. This is my tart dough. I have the tart dough. Tart dough is a happening thing. All right. Now, technically, this is called a pâte sablé. It's like fancy tart dough, and it's super delicious. That's vine frozen. I'm gonna end up rolling this out, guys. Thank you. So great. Really appreciate that. Love touches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love them. So great. All right, we're gonna roll this out, and then I'm gonna cut them to the tart size, and we're gonna see how it goes. In the past, when I've used this tart crust, I've baked the tart first, but when I looked at these, you bake it with the filling in it, and I'm gonna try it. We're gonna try it and see what happens. Like, the worst thing that happens is failure, and the best thing that happens is not failure. Obviously, I'm hoping for the second of those two options. I prefer not failure. All right. I'm doing what I like to call a rustic cut around. That means I don't have the right size circle cutter. But I'm making it sound fancy. Roll it. Roll it real good. Dun, dun, dun. All right, here we go. I rolled it real good for Aspie's recommendation. There we go. We're just going to kind of fit this in. Again, it's going to break a little. I have experienced this crust before, and this is normal, so I am not freaking out. Facts, the first time I did it, I was freaking out. I was like, ah, shit, what did I do wrong? It's not going to work. And then it worked fine. I was like, oh, that's just what this is. That's what you're getting into with this crust. It's going to crumble a little and look ugly as shit, and that's okay. You want the edges to look kind of even because you're going to cut those off. So you want them to be kind of equal thickness here. But other than that, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to just kind of cut around the top and push in the pieces, make it look nice and finished. They're going to melt together a little anyway. And most people are more busy eating the tart than judging the tart crust. But, you know, on Top Chef, they would judge you harshly. Just FYI. And I judge me harshly. But that's because I'm supposed to know better. Like, I'm supposed to make a better tart crust. Like, I've literally done this for money. I am supposed to be better. And when I'm not better, I get mad at myself mostly, not at other people. It's my fault when I'm not better. It's my own fault. All right, so here's one tart shell. There we go. Make it look nice. We need it to look nice. There we go. A little bit more. There it is. All right, now Aspie. Look at that. I'm so excited that we finally get to this. Aspie has been talking about this meal redemption for so long, and I am so excited that there is somebody willing to watch me long enough to make that happen. I mean, that is commitment right there. That is commitment to nerding, because I am super nerdy when it comes to food, and I appreciate anybody that wants to nerd out on food with me. It's kind of like my thing. I'm like, all right, anybody feel like getting geeky about talking food? Come join me. All right, here we go. I'm just kind of piecing this together, and that's okay. I know, because I've done this before. Might not look like it. It didn't look like it the last couple times I did it either, and yet it worked. So here we go. I'm excited too, and I'm honored you'll both try some Canadian flair. Now, I've been to Canada a few times. I've been all over Canada. I've been to Saskatchewan, to Saskatoon. I've been to Toronto several times. I've been to Quebec a couple times, and Calgary a few times. So I've been all over. Poutine, by far my favorite French-Canadian dish. Poutine is like just stupid delicious, dude. It's French fries and gravy and cheese. It's all the things mixed into one fantastic thing. If you're gonna think of, that's like what I think of when I think of Canada. And I know that these are Canadian foods too. I just, like, poutine is always gonna have a special place in my heart. It's just a really good dish. I mean,
okay. Hi.
What?
I'll be your guide. I'll be your
See the
GUID
bird.
to the other side.
See the bird. I like that. Welcome on in. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you for being here. I'm Pantry Elf. Today we're doing a meal redemption for our good friend, watcher, and mod Aspie. If you've never been here before, thank you for being here. Enjoy some food. If you like being geeky, especially about food, then you are in the right place. If you like being cool, then you are in the wrong place. Definitely, I am not a cool person, but I try to be really cool all the time. So anyway, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your stream with my See the Bird. I would love to know what you were streaming. How was the stream? How did things go? Hopefully it was wonderful. Thank you for sharing your family with mine. If you haven't been here before and you like the show, feel free to drop the follow. Right now we are making butter tarts and we have a tourtière, which is like a French Canadian meat pie, and that is in the oven right now. Delicious things happening everywhere. Red wine flowing freely. Did you want a glass of wine, bud? I didn't ask.
What?
Do you want a glass of wine? Jesus.
Respectfully, I promise. What this lady says at work, and I just think it's really funny. It's a great way to say yes.
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
I promise.
Respectfully.
Want the wine?
Well, when you said respectfully, I thought you were gonna say I decline, and I was gonna be like, all right. I was just offering you some Jesus juice. Dude, you would be so impressed with how much got done at church today. I had to make a second trip of snacks.
Did they finish it?
No. Hell no. Let's get this started right. Dude, thank you so much for that 100 biddies. I really appreciate that. That is starting out. That is a strong start, my friend. It's a strong start, and I appreciate that. We're just a really small, fun-loving, food-loving stream here on Twitch. If your body is by food and not Jenny Craig, then you have come to the right place. And if your body is by Jenny Craig, that's cool too. I just don't have the willpower anymore. I did for a long time. And then one day I realized I'm a compromise. I'm like, I try hard. My body type is I try hard, but I like chocolate. And that's a real thing. It's a real thing.
I like food so much.
Oh man, that's what I like to hear, dear Bush. That's what I like to hear. When I see your name, it makes me think of hunting. It makes me think of deer hunting. And if you, no, well, Doc has a cousin Bush that just loves fishing and stuff. And I always think of like hunting and fishing. And if you are a hunter of deer, please be my best friend and send me meat. I will cook it on stream. Venison is one of my favorite meats. I love game meats. I like gamey meats. Funny because I was vegetarian for a long time, and now I'm making up for lost time. And I swear, like the meatier the meat is, the more I want to eat it. I love meat; it makes me happy. I was vegetarian. I was vegan for a long time. I started dreaming about dancing steaks. My body does not want to be a vegetarian. Okay, even if my soul did. And at this point, I've realized, like, I've been around enough cows to know that while they're cute, they're extremely stupid, and some animals are food animals. And if that upset you, I'm sorry that you're upset, but I'm not sorry for what I said. I feel like I have a lot of those moments where people say like, oh, when you said that, I didn't like it. I'm like, well, I'm sorry you're upset, but I mean, I'm not sorry I said it because I definitely meant it. Venison is tasty, bro. I had somebody bring to my Thanksgiving dinner once a bow-caught venison carpaccio. And let me just tell you, this dish changed my life. It was one of the best things that I ever had. You poured yourself your own wine? Jesse?
What?
Did you pour yourself your own wine? Okay. Here's the making sure. Lots of protein. Dallas PB, how are you? Are you from Dallas by chance? I'm here in Fort Worth, just enjoying the best weather. I have a long list of things I need to get done before the best weather turns into I'm melting. Mostly outside work. T-minus 3 weeks. Today, by noon, I was like, ooh, it's a little hot for outside things. My neighbor.
I'm not dudes anymore, so looks like.
What do you mean? Oh.
It's gonna be a couple dudes. And I was like,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I stepped on his tail. I'm so sorry.
dude,
He put his tail right under my heel. It's not my fault.
you gotta know he's behind you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy. Do you want a treat? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I hurt you. Oh, here, take two. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. He's like, oh, I like getting my tail stepped on. Here, let me put my foot under your foot, too. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I hurt you. You poor thing. You poor baby. You poor baby. Oh, my goodness. He's like, you hurt me. Hello, I'm good, and thank you. My name is actually Dallas, and I live in Wisconsin. Amazing. I also have a friend named Dallas, and my father-in-law's name is Dallas. Are you a girl or a guy? Because I know one of each. And I don't say that insultively, like, I have a very good friend. Her name is Dallas. I have a father-in-law. His name is Dallas. It's a unisex name. I know. I definitely got his tail. I stepped on that sucker hard, y'all. I stepped on it hard. All right. Let's get the ingredients to this. We need like an egg and some brown sugar and butter. 1 cup brown sugar, 1/4 cup butter. 2 sips wine for the chef. I'm gonna scope out my meat pie here. Ooh. Even with the forking, it tried to separate. So I'm glad that I went to so many lengths to try and like mesh those first 2 letters. That's awesome. I'm a guy. My father-in-law is also a guy named Dallas. So now officially I know 2 Dallas guys and 1 Dallas girl. It's a guy's name. That's how I do the math. All right. Let's get some brown sugar. Give me some sugar, honey. All right, so we're gonna get some brown sugar. I have a Tupperware of assorted bags of brown sugar. Here we go. And yes, it's a rare name. Now I'm gonna say to you, dear Butch, that I know 2 Dallases that are guys and 1 Dallas that's a girl. So I'm gonna go with it being like a more common name for guys based on my personal life experience here. All right, so I need 1 cup of this. I could probably halfen this, but there's no way to halfen a large egg, so I'll just make all of it and see what happens.
What about a small egg?
You're a small egg.